Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 2 of Stray Gods. We're going to get back into this, hopefully get past Act 1, hopefully get past Act 2 as well. So let's just get right back into it.
Persephone is in the one from the chorus. The one who wanted me dead, Persephone.
That one, yes.
I wasn't aware Persephone and Calliope were friendly. Certainly not friendly enough for Persephone to give Calliope an apartment.
You're so fucking handsome.
The good news is that Persephone is easy to find. I can take you to her if you like.
Please. You're helping me now.
Whatever happened to, I can't help you, Grace. I'll just make it worse, Grace.
You're making it worse, Grace.
I admit, you've got me curious.
Great! We're all done now.
Thank you for your help, Oracle. Please, do try to get out from behind your screens at least once today. Perhaps go for a walk.
Yeah, sure, will do.
Please do.
Leave a tip on your way out.
So sassy. Alrighty, so let's go to the, I guess the underworld, that's the only option. Dude. What we got? It's like a nightclub?
Welcome to the underworld.
Wow. How have I never heard of this place?
Oh, there's Pan.
Persephone keeps it a secret, while still managing to draw a crowd every night. Don't ask me how.
He looks important.
Here in the underworld, idols can be
There's
themselves,
Hades. Oh, fucking
even if they
Hermes.
don't look human.
Not your kind of place. Odd place for-
Persephone runs a nightclub called the Underworld. It's a little on the nose, isn't it?
Maybe, but I wouldn't say that to her.
Still, it seems like a weird thing for a god to do.
We all get through the years somehow, Grace.
Yeah.
If we're to find Persephone in all this, we'll need to split up. Have you considered what you'll say to her?
Not a clue. I fight her if I have to.
All I know is if she's spoiling for a fight, she'll get one.
It might come to that, I suppose.
Yeah.
You're not gonna try to stop me?
Sometimes strength is the only thing Persephone respects. You need to be prepared to use your powers, as you did with me. Come
Yeah.
find me in the crown if you need anything. Otherwise, be careful, Grace.
Alright, yeah, let's just talk to these guys. We just got done talking to Apollo, so let's go talk to Hermes.
Whoa, you're here!
Oh, I've had one
I
of
mean,
those
you gotta be
drinks.
somewhere, but you're here.
Hello, Hermes.
Sorry about running off on you back at the thing. Didn't really have a choice, but sorry anyway.
So what's your story?
You're not much like the other idols, are you?
No? I haven't been an idol very long. Maybe like a year? I've lost track.
Oh,
So I'm not the one to ask about the idol stuff.
so you're new just
It's
like
all
I am.
cool, but mostly I do whatever Athena asks. Athena says one day I'll sit on the chorus. That'll be sick. Can you imagine me in charge?
Not really.
I really can't.
Wow, you sounded just like Apollo there. Yeah, I thought I saw him here. Dude needs a chill pill. Or a happy pill. Both.
Yeah, I'd say both. Let's see, we have, how did you become an idol?
You've only been an idol for a year? How did that happen?
Probably same way it did with you.
Oh, the old Hermes died in your arms and then they accused you of his murder?
No. Well, yes. I mean, no, not like that. But yeah. I was there when he died.
Yeah.
We were friends, and I was having trouble at home, and he helped me out. I miss him.
Ooh, I wonder if we actually get to see the past, like, previous gods. Why call yourself Hermes?
Why do you call yourself Hermes? I mean, I don't call myself Calliope.
You might eventually.
I doubt it.
Most idols do. Not everyone, though, so I don't know, maybe not you.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I just said. How did you know Calliope?
When Calliope died, you were right there, within moments. How did you know?
I told you. I got word, so I came.
But how did you get word?
Look, when an idol dies, I have to be there, so I just know. It's a Hermes thing.
Oh, okay. But why? Sounds grim.
That sounds grim.
It's not so bad. Corone could be less creepy, though.
Who's Corone?
The boat guy. He keeps asking me for a mixtape. What even is that?
That's funny. He's a fucking rapper. That's so fucking funny.
This is probably a stupid question, but... do you know who might have killed Calliope?
Ugh, why would I know anything about that?
When you came to the apartment, it seemed like you knew her.
Oh no, I only met her once. She didn't live with the rest of the idols or hang out with us very much. She seemed nice though. Angry, maybe. But I don't know who'd want to hurt her.
Yeah. So she never came around, so she was in the human world mostly. You don't seem that sad.
You don't seem that sad about it. Not like Apollo.
He's sad about everything. As for me, I don't know. Part of her is in you now, right? That's how I see it.
That's it's pretty deep. I like that.
Do you know if Persephone is here? I need to talk to her.
Oh, you're serious.
Yeah, I'm very serious.
Why would you want to talk to Persephone? Nobody ever wants that. One time, I laughed too loud near her, and she threatened to ban me from the club. I don't want to be banned. I like it here.
Pull yourself together.
Pull yourself together. Are you gonna let Persephone boss you around forever?
Maybe?
I mean,
No, you do that, she'll be walking all over you for centuries. You're a god.
Yeah, I'm a god.
You never know, she might be impressed, right?
Oh, heck yeah.
think I'm going-
Let me know when you want to find her. I'll even stand way, way back while you chat.
all right. So we can talk to Persephone now. Should I talk to the other guys? I want to meet at least meet this guy. I don't know anything about him. Another handsome man.
Oh, hey. You're the new Muse, aren't you?
Like your voice
I
actor's so
guess I
good.
am, yeah.
Aphrodite mentioned it. Didn't figure I'd see you here, though. Oh, excuse the manners. Name's Eros, god of sex.
Oh. Word. The god of sex.
Wait, did you say that you're the god of sex?
Desire, really. Sensuality. Attraction. Why? Were you expecting a chubby little flying baby with a bow and arrow?
I wasn't.
I actually preferred Cupid, but Pan had to be the trickster. Spread all those stupid stories.
I'm sorry.
Why is everybody so sad?
It's not your fault. Just another grudge I get to carry around forever.
How do you know Aphrodite?
You know Aphrodite, right? I only met her the once.
Sure, she's my mother. You know how it is.
How would I know? New here, remember?
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. I wasn't thinking. But you hear a lot of idols talk about each other like that. You know, mother, brother, sister, grandfather. None of us are actually related. We just played a family for so many centuries. It may as well be true.
Oh, that's why is everybody so sad? So Aphrodite.
So Aphrodite is your mother, but not really.
That's right.
She's a stand-in.
A long time ago, she took care of me when I needed taking care of. The mortals, they just assumed. These days, well, it's not like that anymore. We're not as invulnerable as we used to be. Least of all, Aphrodite.
What are you doing here?
The god of sex at a club. Looking for someone?
Once I might have, sure. Now I'm just here to see it happen.
See what happened?
Look out there. See all these people.
I see him.
The hope, the anticipation, the connections, they bounce off each other. To me, it's like lightning.
Sounds like fun.
There are worse ways to spend a night out.
I used to make it happen, you know. Mortals once begged me to make it happen, to inspire true love. But now I only inspire sex. Not the same thing. It's just as well. People should find true love the hard way. They'll value it more.
Is everything okay?
You seem a little distracted. Is everything okay?
Of course it is. Sure. Not obvious, huh?
It
Truth
was obvious
is,
from the fucking first
I
started
don't
talking
come
to
here
you.
that often. It was hard to get away. Nope. Never mind.
Oh, we almost got there. Bad day.
Even idols have their bad days, huh?
Bad weeks, bad months, bad centuries. Who am I talking to? You're the one with your life on the line.
True, but you're still a person.
I'll see you around.
Count on it.
All right, I guess we're just gonna knock them all off all the lists because we only got 2 more to go. Let's talk to Pan.
As I live and breathe, if it isn't our dear Muse.
What you got, Pan?
Hi, Pan.
Tell me, have you decided to leave your troubles behind and join us in the land of shadows and revelry?
No. I should go. No, thanks for the address.
Thank you for the address. It's what led me here.
No need to thank me. You'll owe me. Remember, how you managed to stir the sun god from his oh-so-tiresome gloom, I cannot imagine. Nicely done.
He's a handsome man. He's been helpful.
Apollo keeps saying he'll make everything worse, but he's been helpful.
That is his way, to be helpful. Until you turn into a tree.
Oh?
I don't know what that means.
Let us hope you never do.
There's some hidden meaning there. But I don't get it.
I'm guessing it's a total coincidence that I'm running into you here.
It must be. The alternative would be that I knew a great many things ahead of time.
Do you?
Did you?
Do I look like an oracle? I am here to listen to thrilling music and meet delicious people. My tastes are simple.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of simple tastes, my glass is empty again. The service here is appalling.
How can I trust you?
The things you say, the things you don't say. You don't make yourself seem trustworthy. You know that?
Trust is for the weak and the penniless.
Still not helping.
Yeah.
Why,
still not
Grace?
helping your case.
Are you assuming that I, Pan, am some sort of scoundrel?
Yes. Seems
It's
so.
more that I'm stating it outright.
The hurt, the insult, and after you chose me over your friend.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what to tell you, Grace. Even an idol needs to get by.
That's true. I guess you guys are still people. Or gods,
I
but
assume you're a
still
regular at this
people.
club?
And why would you assume that, dear Grace?
The horns, you. Do you know Persephone well?
There is no knowing Persephone well. She won't have it. Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Long
mean by
ago, we were all very different. Over the span of ages, however, even mountains erode.
deep.
I
I should
should
go.
get going. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
One can only hope.
Indeed. Let's talk to Apollo, see what he has to say. He's been all chill in the corner over there.
I thought this would be easier, but it's as if Persephone left instructions to thwart me. Every staff member I approach screams and runs off. I hope your search has been more successful.
Yeah. She looks so surprised. This isn't your kind of place,
You
is
don't
it?
come here often, I'm guessing?
Never. I'm sure Persephone only sent the membership as a formality. I doubt she thought I'd ever use it.
Don't you ever have fun? No drinking or dancing in Apollo Land?
Once. When I had the Muses to keep me company.
I'll keep you company.
I'm a muse now. I can keep you company.
Nothing would make me happier. But you do have a predicament to solve first.
If there's love interests in this game, I'm going for Apollo. Can you tell me about
It
Persephone?
might help if I knew more about Persephone.
It couldn't hurt. What would you like to know, exactly?
What's Persephone's story?
What's Persephone's story? Her name rings a bell, but I don't...
No doubt you've heard the tale of how Hades, lord of the underworld, kidnapped a young sweet goddess and made her his wife.
That sweet young goddess was Persephone.
Her mother, Demeter, was so enraged she blanketed the world in ice, rendering it barren and infertile. Zeus was forced to act. He decreed that Persephone would be shared between Demeter and Hades, and thus the matter was resolved. Well, you asked. That's her story, as the mortals tell it.
Oh, damn. Let's see. Why is
I
everybody scared
thought she
of
was just
Persephone?
mad at me, but everyone seems afraid of Persephone.
Noticed that, did you? Persephone is angry with everyone, and has been for a very long time.
I wonder why.
She has her reasons. I can't say she doesn't, but she does not let go of a grudge. 1,000 years could pass, and Persephone will remember what you did like it was yesterday.
Oh, is she the god of fucking grudges then?
So tell me, how much of Persephone's legend is true?
Well, let's see. Hades did kidnap Persephone. That certainly did happen. The idols almost went to war over it until Zeus intervened and ordered Hades and Persephone to wed. That quieted things. At least until Persephone killed Hades.
Who's Zeus? Wait, did you just say she killed him?
Wait, Persephone killed another idol.
Oh, long time ago, yeah.
What about all of Athena's rules? Wouldn't Persephone have been, I don't know,
Executed? The murder of Hades is probably why we now have that rule. Back then, we heard Persephone had usurped Hades' throne, but we couldn't believe it. It just wasn't done. Now, of course, I look back and think we should have seen it coming. Oh, the benefit of hindsight.
why didn't you see it coming? You're the god of prophecy.
When I look, I learned long ago not to.
So what happened to Persephone after...
The murder? She survived, like the rest of us. She got older, and when we came to the New World, I think she would have left us if it was allowed. It isn't, so instead she did as she pleased. She started a cult, became a crime boss.
Oh, what?
It was after her last transition, but honestly, I have no insight into anything Persephone does these days.
I found someone who will bring me to Persephone.
Finally, I'll be right behind you.
You're coming with me? But I thought...
She seems even angrier with you than she is with me. I might be able to mediate.
We'll see, I guess.
Are we not going to see Persephone? I thought you found a way to her.
I should get going. Persephone awaits.
Right behind you. If you're angry with anyone, Persephone, be angry with me. It was I who...
I will deal with you later. I was willing to leave you be, Grace, to wait until your guilt was certain. Yet here you are, in my domain, uninvited. Why? Are you here to beg for mercy? Are you here to challenge me? Should I be afraid?
What is your problem with me exactly? You've had it in for me the moment you saw me.
My problem? My problem is that I'm filled with questions, Grace. Filled to the brim. Do you really expect us to believe that Calliope chose you? What's the real story? Did you stumble across her as she lay dying and desperate? Are you an accident? Did you learn what she was? Did you torture her, hold her at the point of death until she agreed to hand over her eidolon?
Persephone, this isn't...
That's my problem, Grace. With you. And you can't make it go away.
You knew Calliope.
We all knew Calliope.
She was staying at your apartment.
You knew her. Better than I or anyone else suspected.
Are you implying that I had something to do with her death?
Prove you didn't. That's how idols work, isn't it?
You hear that? You're in my house, little Muse. You want answers? Fight for them. A lost little girl. You shouldn't have come here. And I sure ain't in the mood to make new friends. Go home, little girl. The shadows drawing near, and you all alone. We both know how this ends. Let's see how far she bends. We all know how this ends.
Hello? Testing 1, 2, testing 3. Is this thing on? Are you testing me with your coterie, ogling expectantly? Heads up, wrecking me won't come for free. See, it won't be easy, Persephone, when I use the moves I bring blessedly. Shadows don't scare me, see, I'll survive it. Maybe you want to do this in private.
You're lost, little girl. You're wasting our time now. The gall of a squeaking mouse in a lion's den. Give up, little girl. The bus home is leaving. Seen it so many times, we all know how this ends. We all know how it ends.
Does everybody here know how it ends in the front row? Do you know? No? Pay dough to see the show, so stop. No spoilers, please. Maybe you're not speaking for them. They don't know how the show goes. So, oh no, don't go throw the plot in the toilet, please. Sure, you know you're an old pro, they're not. Let them enjoy it, please.
Don't you have any idea what you're dealing with, child? Surprise, surprise, coins on your eyes. Give them to the ferryman. Get it in your little head. You're spitting at the queen of the dead.
You're not my queen pea, I'm alive. You got a real life Muse in this basement dive. You could use a boost. Should I play a gig? Hey, word of mouth works, P. It'll be big.
Get lost, little girl.
I need a room and a rider and a cut of the
You're
bar.
making me
I got needs, you
angry.
Please, I'll bring keys and a couple guitars.
You don't wanna know how far we could
We having
descend.
fun yet? I'm sorry, what's up? Let me guess how it ends. Already said.
Back off, little girl.
We're young, you're old, we live, you
You're asking for trouble.
The end, see, that's how time works. Bye-bye.
You wanna push me, so look and then see how this ends. How this always ends.
Don't you have any idea how you sound right now? We hear it all the time. The world is full of ghosts, and nothing's ever born. You're choking on dust down here now. Maybe that's your cue. Time's come to move on. Make space for someone new. Someone not as bored as you. Maybe this new muse will do.
Don't use that word. You have no right to use that word. After what you did to her. Why don't I just kill you and wipe the floor with you? Don't use that word. You have to fight to use that word. You don't go in and take, that's your biggest mistake. For Calliope's sake.
Okay, show's over.
1,000 times.
It's nearly dawn.
The single note should take you down now.
Work lights on.
Without even trying, and you didn't
Get your
mind.
coat.
1,000 times.
Finish your beer.
One note, and suddenly
Don't
you're
have to go
home.
But you can't stay here.
You're the song, and you're being sung.
Lullaby from Muse.
Not an easy thing to lose. Wish I could hear it. Again. No. No, you've earned your answers. Calliope came to me years ago. She'd grown tired of arguing with the idols, tired of being branded a troublemaker. She couldn't watch the idols wither away without a fight. I knew how she felt. So I gave her the apartment.
You gave her that beautiful place? That's generous of you.
I had it to give.
Generosity isn't exactly what you're known for, Persephone.
I felt sorry for her, Apollo. Not that it makes any difference. It's been at least 2 years since we spoke. After I heard the news, I went to the apartment and turned it upside down. I had to know the truth.
That was you?
I didn't find anything. Nothing to say what she had been involved with, or gotten into, or who she might have been fighting with.
So what now? Do you still think I'm guilty?
The jury's still out on whether Calliope chose you, but do I think you killed her? No.
If it wasn't Grace, that means someone else was behind Calliope's death. Someone who could keep their involvement hidden.
One of us.
Does it have to be an idol? You thought I killed Calliope. Couldn't it have been some other mortal?
Despite how he might look, it's not a simple matter to kill an idol.
It was difficult enough to believe you had done it. If
If another mortal killed her, they somehow escaped detection. We found nothing, no evidence of a battle.
You looked?
Of course we looked. What do you think was happening while you waited? If Calliope was attacked elsewhere, even magic revealed no trace of it.
Couldn't we go to Athena with this? If you've changed your minds and you're both part of the chorus.
Athena would be sympathetic, but the die has been cast.
She won't go back on the edict, not without clear evidence.
Oh, now you want evidence.
She acted on the information she had. If we want to sway her, we need something better.
I've been muted this whole fucking time. I am so upset. But like, I was pouring into myself because I have a theory on who I think might have done it. But what I was asking here is that where's Calliope's body? That's a pretty like important piece of information we need. Like, how did she die? Like, what was the weapon that was used? What did the, like, all this information was needed because we just don't have her body. I don't know. Did Calliope have enemies? I wouldn't think she has
Did
any.
Calliope have any enemies? The way you talk about her, she must have.
Oh.
What? What am I missing?
Well, Calliope had a way of making people angry. She could be argumentative.
Yes, but enough to make enemies who wanted her dead?
Not that you or I know of, apparently, but that doesn't mean they didn't exist.
So maybe Calliope, people seen her as more of like an angry person or like an argumentative person because she brings out that music of people's hearts. So maybe just people didn't want to see that anymore and they got mad at her. Did you say magic?
Wait. Did you say magic?
You can battle me through a song in a world of your own creation, and yet magic is beyond belief?
Yeah.
Sure, I just thought...
We have our powers just as you have yours.
Yeah.
I can grow a field of corn like nobody's business.
Hell
Some
yeah.
would say our powers are also magic, but true magic is a different and older power. Hecate's domain.
And it was of no use here.
We shouldn't rule it out. We haven't tried everything yet.
All I could think about is corn now. I had just that fucking meme of corn in my head. Could Athena be the killer? What about
What
Pan?
about Pan? He showed up at my place out of nowhere, right after I left the chorus.
He did what?
I have to wonder what his angle is.
Yeah.
He has one, that's for certain. Though I've never thought of him as a killer. It would be too... messy.
Yeah.
Still, we should consider the idea.
He's too
And
obvious.
to show up so quickly is odd.
You both still suspect. You're both still suspects. I mean,
For all I know, either one of you could have done it and you're just playing along.
Apollo is capable of many things, but lying? He was never any good at it.
Whereas we know how capable you are of murder.
yeah.
Okay, this
The
isn't...
one and only god I killed deserved it.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry I brought it up.
Could Athena be the
What
killer?
about Athena? She seemed awfully insistent on declaring me guilty, don't you think?
Athena? No, Athena follows the rules.
Well,
Athena has one goal, and one goal only. To protect the idols. And that included Calliope.
She'll eventually drive us all mad with her vigilance, but break her own rules? I don't see it.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You know the idols. Don't you have any ideas?
I told you I wouldn't be of much help, Grace.
Did you now? That's unsurprising. When are you ever of help to anyone but yourself?
Says the woman who forced Grace to challenge her rather than answer a simple question.
Calliope died, Apollo. Calliope, who came with us all the way from the old world.
You think I don't know that? Are you forgetting what the Muses meant to me?
Oh, this is getting... I love this. Story. Fucking juicy. Okay, I'm not giving up.
Well, I'm not giving up. That's right. You heard me. Maybe it's easy for you to throw in the towel. Why not? Your life isn't at stake. But I'm gonna fight.
Okay.
If I have to kick every ass on Olympus, I am getting through this.
Hell yeah. We get more music. Hell yeah.
Calliope, I'm listening now. Tell us what end you were doomed to.
Calliope, blinded by fire, one match did you strike that consumed you.
How could you blame her? What could she have done to earn such a fate? You are blinded.
God of the sun hides from his own eyes. What would you know about fate?
Okay.
Say that you knew her, she was family to us, yet you don't hesitate to accuse her. Oh, queen without a throne, go bitter with fury. Not everyone seeks to betray you.
I think we're overlooking something.
Stop this.
There is something missing we're blinded to.
Yes, there's more to seek.
Apollo, your help is not needed here. Go ahead and abandon another muse.
Why?
Could you throw that gauntlet at me? Could your heart shrivel any further?
You abandoned me to
Of
a terrible fate.
You replay your injuries
It's
till
far
it's
too
too late.
You know how far I've been before I
Trapped.
snapped.
This is not about you. Enough! This helps no one.
There he is, God of the sun.
Aren't you a queen with all that that means? Stop looking for a fight. These old wounds, they distract and blind you. You can't see yourselves.
He doesn't know what's important.
And you do?
I'm following
Follow
Apollo.
him or stay.
I'm gonna follow Apollo. I'm sorry. You were egging him on. I'm not really about that.
That was not my finest moment. Persephone will never let this go.
I mean, any hard option I'm gonna get with this man, I'm gonna pick it.
You kind of went dark and stormy back there. It was impressive.
I honestly thought I had left that behind me.
Left what? Signs of life? The world won't wither if you raise your voice, Apollo.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I just wish old habits didn't return so easily around her.
Family thing, huh?
That's why I've tried to avoid my fellow idols for so long. I don't like who I am when I'm with them.
I'm lost with that. That's not a solution.
In my experience, avoiding the problem never fixes it.
Yeah,
Well,
100%.
what do you do?
Oh, I avoid my problems. And it doesn't fix them.
At least
Yeah.
coming here was useful. You have a better idea of where to start looking, right?
I mean, I wish we got her to help us. You're still helping me?
I thought you'd decide that getting me into the underworld was enough.
What? Bring you to Persephone and then shrug? Not my problem now?
I mean, that's a possibility. I wouldn't blame you.
I mean, you could. I wouldn't blame you. It's not your problem.
What you said during our song, it's still true.
Sure, but I forced you to sing it.
You forced me to speak my heart.
Yeah.
I'm helping you because I believe I should.
Okay. I really like Apollo. He's starting to make me tear up a little bit. Where should we look
Where
next?
do we look then?
I need to give it some thought. This won't be easy. If another idol is behind this, they know as well. They had a plan.
So you don't know where to look next.
I need time to sort it out. Just be patient, Grace.
Okay. Is Athena not?
I have to ask, is Athena really not an option? She wouldn't see what you see? At all?
I respect Athena. She has dragged us into the modern age, sometimes kicking and screaming. She's why we're alive. But if I said that her need to keep us safe didn't drive her to extremes, I'd be lying.
That's
You
fair.
represent a risk, Grace. To her, that is more important than any notion of compassion or justice.
I see now. Okay. I completely agree with that viewpoint. How? No, I mean, that's... You're a risk because she wants to protect him, but one of them died. So of course she's like, sees you as a risk.
I'm not that much of a risk, am I? I won't explode. What's the worst that could happen?
The worst is that we could be admitting either a murderer or a usurper into our ranks.
How awful.
She's protecting an idea as much as a physical reality. It's true. To her, there is no difference.
Is there anything I can do in the meantime? Someplace I can look?
Don't you want to relax? You haven't rested since this began.
Relax? Who can relax? I've been sentenced to death, Apollo.
Fair point.
Yeah,
Even so,
it's fair.
go home, Grace. The next time you see me, I'll have a better notion of what to do.
Fine. But I'm holding you to that.
So we're finally at the end of day 1. Okay, no, yep, we finished Act 1, so we're into Act 2.
Hey, Freddie.
Hey.
Is everything okay?
Not really. I felt like crap after you left. I don't know why I acted
Yeah.
like that. I just had this image of you being swept off into some new world without me.
Yeah, I completely understand.
I'd never leave you behind, Freddie. You know that, right?
Friends are...
I'm still ready and willing to be your high priestess, if that's what it takes.
If you could just help me get through this next week, that'd be plenty.
Friends are
Deal.
forever.
Why don't you start by telling me what happened tonight? Huh. Persephone runs a club called the Underworld. That's a little on the nose.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
And you ended up siding with Apollo? Lord of the Sun, god of prophecy? Do you trust him?
I do. Like, a lot.
I'm not sure. I think so. It doesn't seem like he's lying, but he's hard to read.
Famous last words.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
So,
I could be
what are
following
your
him and he's the
options?
killer.
You need to go back to Apollo's place, right?
I could go back to the underworld. Make sure Persephone isn't taking my decision personally.
Oh, and, there's this. Pan left a card, says, "Come by Olympus." I doubt he means the mountain in Greece.
Yeah. What the fuck? It's just an X? Okay. It's like distractingly, like, bad. The idols
That
live
name
there?
keeps coming up. The idols live there, or at least most of them do.
Sounds cool. Even if Pan is there.
Still not a fan?
You know how some people just set your teeth on edge? That's Pan. I can't help it. But it doesn't matter. I said I'd help, and that's what I'll do. You can count on me, Grace.
Thanks, Freddie.
Like a
The
foot rest or
Muse?
something.
Oh, the embodiment of inspiration. Can you believe it?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, that's me. Okay, we have options now. So now we're into day 2. Alright. I'm gonna talk to Persephone.
As I recall, Grace, when I said stay or leave, you chose to leave. If it wasn't clear, I don't give second chances.
I don't care, I just want to make
Or
sure.
did you have some other reason for darkening my doorstep?
Just to apologize, I guess?
I'm sorry. If I'd known Apollo would act like that, I wouldn't have come in with him.
Yeah.
The man is like a sad puppy that keeps peeing on your carpet. Even you should see that by now.
Shut up.
I don't think...
No, you don't think. If you did, you'd realize Apollo is a fully grown man who should make his own apologies. If you decided he's the ally you need, then wonderful. I hope it works out for you.
I do agree with he should be the one to apologize, and not us in his stead. We could still
There's nothing stopping us from being friends.
Yeah.
We don't need to be allies.
As I said before, I'm still not convinced of your innocence. I'd say that stops us from being friends, Grace.
That's fair.
Really? Still?
Either you're guilty, in which case you won't be here long, or you're innocent, and we can speak after the trial. But one last word of advice before you go. If you want to survive, don't look to anyone else for help. Not Apollo, not Pan, not even me.
Okay.
You walked away from my offer, and I respect that. Make your choices and live with them.
Yeah. Completely fair. Talk to Apollo. Let's see what he's about.
Ah, Grace, you're back. That's good. I was just about to call you.
He means he wants me to call you because Paul here still hasn't figured out how to use a phone.
That's hilarious.
That's not true. I know how, I just don't like them. They're confusing. Anyhow, I've been contemplating our list of suspects, and I think Pan is someone we need to consider.
Ugh. Shit. Okay. Hold on, what's this about phones? I thought you'd get...
Wait. You don't like phones?
I just don't like talking to people I can't see.
No, it's the ringtones. They scare the crap out of him. I kid you not.
I'm not frightened. Only a child would be frightened. They're just very loud.
So fucking funny.
Yeah.
Can we return to the subject of Pan, please?
I thought you discounted Pan.
Why Pan? I thought you'd rejected him as a suspect.
Persephone did, but I've had time to think it over. Pan is a schemer, a traitor in favors. He always has been. His sudden appearance in all this cannot be coincidental.
You think he could have killed Calliope after all?
Perhaps. Or he knows who did and is trying to turn it to his benefit. He always knows more than he pretends.
You should know. Pan asked me to meet him at Olympus. I'm not sure why.
Wait, he wants to see you again? I don't like this.
I think he's harmless. I mean, I don't...
Neither do I. He decided I owe him a favor after he came to my apartment.
That sounds about right for him.
Yeah.
Aphrodite is holding a party of sorts, one you should attend. She is closest to Pan. Indeed, she knows almost all the idols. If anyone is up to something, she's bound to know.
Yeah. What do you think about Aphrodite?
You know Aphrodite better than I do. Can't you talk to her?
Well, talking to Aphrodite isn't something anyone does with much success these days.
Well, if that's the case, What makes you think I'll get anywhere?
There's a standing invitation for the Muse to attend this party. Calliope never went, so Aphrodite will be thrilled to see you. Trust me. If I thought you couldn't get her to talk, I wouldn't suggest it.
I mean, I've been getting everybody to talk. I'm pretty good at it.
Okay, I'll go. Eventually.
Perfect. I will see you there.
Paul, you should see this. The names you wanted me to look up are getting weird results.
Okay, what's
I don't
happening?
doubt it. I was hoping you could...
Get over here!
No worries, Paul. I'll see you later.
Wait, I want to know what the fuck that was about. Okay, I thought it's probably just gonna let me do those 2 options that I missed out on. Aphrodite's party. Let's see what we got here.
Fancy party? Check. Bunch of strangers? Check. Grace totally not dressed for the occasion? Check. Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
You do got
Grace, you made it. I'm so glad. I was beginning to wonder.
You didn't say this was a fancy party. I feel a little underdressed.
Grace, look at me. I didn't even button up my shirt. It's fine.
You haven't ever buttoned up your shirt.
Why is everyone so quiet? You'd think someone died.
I should have told you about this earlier.
I mean,
been
somebody
putting
did
it
die.
off.
I have to pick every hard option.
You're cute when you're all
Oh.
angsty. You get this little crinkle in your forehead.
You might not think I'm so
That's a cute picture.
cute after I explain. You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right? No deja vu, recollections that aren't your own?
Does that
No.
happen?
Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it the veil.
Oh.
In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything Calliope did.
Will I even remember what happened up until the point where she died? Like, cause you could just wait until that happens and. Okay. Nobody told me that.
Seems like the sort of thing you should tell a new idol.
New idols are usually chosen. You would know about this already, except
Except Calliope was murdered.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
remember how old we all are. There are so many memories, so the veil lifts gradually to protect you.
Okay.
Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them, and all who came before them.
That's terrifying. Cause like, to me that sounds awful. Cause like you won't remember who you are. You'll be, yeah, like. Will
You're
I be?
saying I won't be me. I won't be Grace. Will I start calling myself Calliope?
Maybe. Eventually, most of us do, but most of us were chosen and prepared.
And I
That's
didn't choose this.
This is terrifying.
I understand. Take some time to let it sink in. If you like, we can talk about it later.
What does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war. Passing on her eidolon is a way to forget, for a while. That's what this party is for.
Aphrodite's going to die?
When you say she's gonna pass on her eidolon, you mean
She's going to die, yes, and pass her soul on to a chosen successor.
in front of everyone?
We're here to help, Grace, to make it easier for Aphrodite to do what she feels she must.
Oh.
We're here to say goodbye, at least for a while.
God. That's so sad. Just think about it. Like, Aphrodite is choosing to die so she can not remember the war because she has oh man, that's a complicated it's a complicated thought, huh? Damn, dude. Oh, that's deep. Fuck, it's really fucking with my head. Do you support this?
Do you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Eventually you will remember what we experienced during the war. And eventually you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse. If this is the mercy she
God
requires,
damn.
I will not tell her she should not take it.
And shit, man, and to think why I'm asking why all these motherfuckers are so sad. It's because all of them started out as somebody else. Or most of them. Oh man, that's so sad.
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
This is her 4th, I think, perhaps 5th.
So every time the veil, whatever you call it, when it starts to lift...
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually it is too much. We gather to pay our respects and to honor the past. Well, she still remembers it.
Wait. Calliope refused to come to these parties. That's what you said.
Yeah.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on principle. She believed Aphrodite was indulging her sadness, wallowing in it. She thought Aphrodite should try harder. It was a point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
To be honest, I get it. But I also don't like the idea of it either. But I get it more than I don't agree with it.
Okay, so what did Aphrodite want Calliope to do? What did she want me to do?
Well, knowing Aphrodite, she'll want you to make a production of it all. She's not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest mingling.
Mingling.
Yeah, mingling. Talk to Eros. Or we can talk more if you like. Just try to relax, Grace.
Sure, yeah. Relax. That's what this party is for, right?
We're gonna talk to the sex god.
Grace!
Hey, Eros. Nice to...
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much you have no idea.
So I'm told.
Apollo told me. Calliope always refused to come to these things, right?
Yeah, no matter how much Aphrodite begged. Every time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works. Sorry, I shouldn't unload on you. It's been a bad week.
Yeah, I can imagine. The whole thing is weird. This happens a
From the
lot?
sounds of it, this happens a lot.
Every 20 years or so. That's how long she can hold out until she just can't stand it anymore. Every time, Aphrodite forgets. At least for a while. But I don't. I remember everything.
God, it's so tough.
I'm there for the nightmares, the panic attacks, the days she doesn't even remember the war's over. And now I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again.
Damn, dude.
And I'll watch it all again.
That's so fucking shitty. Because he's like a son to her, and he has to watch his mom, his mom, quote unquote mom, die every 20 years and then come back and not even remember right off the grip. But he has to sit there and see all of that because he's been there for all of that. Shit, dog, this is deep. What happened to Aphrodite?
Is it okay if I ask what happened? I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
I know, but it happened to Aphrodite, not me. It's not my story to tell.
I respect that. I respect
That's
that.
fair. It's really not my business.
No, it is. I mean, it's not, but she does want you here. So you need to know.
Okay.
What happened is that Brother Ares happened.
Okay.
He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see. So he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one. He found some jack-booted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy. And he told them about the idols.
Oh.
Then they came for us.
Okay.
Took us completely by surprise.
The betrayal.
Some they killed, but Aphrodite, her they captured.
Oh.
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 Yeah. Oh.
Oh. Shit, dude, this party's sad as shit. Oh, fuck. Did Aphrodite escape?
Aphrodite was captured, but she's here now. So she must have escaped.
She didn't. Do you know the name Hephaestus?
Oh.
No. Should I?
God of smiths. He could make anything, any tool or weapon. He was Aphrodite's husband, and he adored her. When he found out the mortals were torturing her, he went mad. He was determined to save her.
I mean, I would
They
too.
tortured her?
What did it help?
Nothing extreme, I'm told. They were too frightened, but they were also determined to wring every last secret out of her. So, who knows how long that fear would have lasted. Thus, Hephaestus made a deal.
With the, jackbooted guys.
No, with their enemies. That's what saved her.
Oh. Okay. Is there no other way?
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times. She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation, everything we could possibly think of. For a while, she'll deny anything's wrong. It all seems fine, and I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different. Then the nightmares begin, and the memories return. More with each passing day until... I hate it, but...
My thought is like... going out and, like, doing what she's doing and, like, finding a successor every 20 years... In the narrow-minded sense, that's okay, or like that's understandable. But if you broaden it a little bit, it's like every time you so the reason she's taking this so terribly is because every time she reincarnates into another person, it's like she's getting tortured and tortured again. So my thought is it's not gonna get better if you don't just live through it and learn how to deal with it. But it's because like it's the person is inheriting this isn't you. So that person has to experience everything that you experienced, and it's like they're experiencing it for the first time. So like I could see the issue here. So I think it's like a double-edged sword. Yes, you get some relief, but at the cost of it's going to happen again if you just can't learn to deal with it. That's my thought anyway on it.
I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
You don't seem to approve. She needs my help. Isn't this like suicide?
Maybe I just don't understand, but isn't this like suicide?
Some of the idols have committed suicide. They let themselves die without passing on their idol on.
What happens?
What you'd expect. They're gone. Forever. Mother says she can't do that. She won't. Not until she sees Hephaestus again, I suspect. Not that what's happening here is anything casual. She still has to die. For a while.
Okay. I don't agree with it.
Then this deal is how Aphrodite survived.
It's how we all survived. It's what brought us to the new world. Hephaestus saved us all. We never saw him again. That was the deal. He would leave, make their precious weapons, and never look back. Aphrodite never even got to say goodbye. It's funny, because Aphrodite didn't even like Hephaestus when they were married. She seemed to resent every minute they were together.
Oh.
But now he's all she can think about.
You don't seem to approve. She needs my help.
What is my part in all of this? I'll help if I can.
Aphrodite loves drama. She always has. She wants us here to remember, to celebrate our history.
Okay.
She'll ask you to use your power as part of the celebration. Could you use it to inspire her?
I'm gonna try my
I can't force
best
anyone
to
to
save
do
her.
anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that deep down, she doesn't want to do this any longer.
Oh.
She must see it isn't working. She just
see.
needs the strength to try. Or I hope that's all she needs.
I see where he's going. He wants me to see her true heart and hoping that she truly just doesn't want to do this anymore. Okay. What if I'll do my best.
I'll try, if you think it'll do some good.
I don't know if it will. I just find it hard to believe it could get any worse.
Famous last words.
Tell me about it. Do whatever you think is right, Grace. And thank you.
This is a deep fucking conversation. Just talk to Apollo. See what he has to say.
I know all these people, Grace. For as long as I can remember, I've known them. Yet sometimes I feel like I don't know any of them at all. Or they me.
You don't seem comfortable.
You don't enjoy these family gatherings, do you?
Are they family gatherings? Like the sort mortals have?
You call each other sister and brother and mother.
Well, yes, but...
And you've been together like 100 times longer than I lived with my family. All you're missing is a drunk uncle everyone has to apologize for.
That would be Pan. But yes, I feel very much
Fair.
out of place.
That's fair.
You look like you're in physical pain just being here.
Yeah.
Oh, enjoying my discomfort, are you?
Of course, it humanizes you. Makes up for all the abs on display.
Well, so glad you approve.
Eros
I
wants
spoke
this
to
up.
Eros. He's pretty broken up over all this.
Oh, poor Eros. Each new successor, his hopes rise up once more. And then he watches the new Aphrodite crumble. Piece by piece. Only to start all over again.
I can see how that's tough.
It's so different from the olden days. Once he was the eternal disaster, and Aphrodite kept constant vigil over him.
Maybe he feels like he owes her.
I think he's followed her into a dark void and somewhere, deep down, believes he deserves no better.
I should get back out there.
That's weird. Felt like there was more to talk to. I feel like there was more to talk to him about. It just kind of felt like that ended pretty,
Back again.
I should get back out there.
Oh, I guess Aphrodite's close to approaching then. I guess there's like a time limit. Here she comes.
My family. Having you all here, gathered once again to see me off, it moves me. More than I can say. My loves, my darlings, my dearest friends. And you.
Yeah.
Oh, my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep. Yet here you are. Yet here she is. Huh.
Nice to meet you again.
It's lovely to meet you, Aphrodite. Properly, this time.
Ah, yes. Poor Calliope. Such a loss to us all. I shall miss her dearly. To have come so far, only... No, it doesn't bear thinking about. It's too much.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new Muse?
Oh! What manners I have. Grace, Grace. Meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become the new me.
Hi, my name's Venus, and yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
I wonder if they're told that they'll lose their memories and have to do this in another 20 years. You were chosen?
Hi. I have to admit, it'll be weird watching this happen the, proper way.
Because I'm chosen?
Yeah. I wasn't. Not like this, anyhow.
Yeah, Lady Aphrodite told me. I'm so sorry, that sounds awful.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
I was hoping I could talk you out of it, actually.
Oh!
Forgive my saying so, but you seem fine.
Yes, it might seem that way. Well, tell me, Grace, why should I let you try to talk me out of this, hmm?
Because it doesn't help.
You must know this isn't working. How many times have you done this? Has it gotten any better?
Better. I do not remember what better feels like.
I can see why
I remember many
Calliope
things.
was argumentative.
I remember virtue, heroism, even love. Huh. All of it eclipsed by the memories of pain. But tonight is not about becoming better. It's about respite from the pain. And honoring the memory of what was. Go, enjoy the gathering, Grace. Tell me when you're ready to begin.
We'll talk to Apollo again.
Back again.
Yeah. Aphrodite won't help me.
I don't think I'll have a chance to talk to Aphrodite. Not before, you know.
Yeah.
I was hoping she might have spared a moment.
What should I do?
You have two choices, Grace. Either you do as she asks and sing her to her rest,
At which point Venus won't have Aphrodite's memories yet.
Or you somehow convince her to remain with us and hope she's grateful.
And doesn't regret it. Or get angry at me for ruining her party.
I think we have to do
Do
both.
what you feel is right. It's a risk either way.
I mean,
I should get back out there.
technically, me, like, if I'm thinking as Grace, I would probably feel that I didn't have any validity in any of this, but I got a moral compass, and I would go off my moral compass, and my moral compass is telling me to do both. Sing her to sleep, but not with the sleep part, but sing her to the opposite decision. Let's talk to Venus.
I should apologize, Grace. Saying that I was chosen like I'm somehow more special, I really didn't mean it that way. I hope you can...
I did not see
I'm
it
sorry.
that way.
It looks like I'll be doing that a lot. Lady Aphrodite said I'm ready, but I don't know.
It's a big fucking decision. You can't be ready for this.
Being a god isn't something you can really be ready for.
I mean, you are not gods, though. Are you? Not really.
You don't think so?
To me, you all just seem like people.
Yeah.
Special people, sure, but flawed and lost, like the rest of us. If I can ask, what does it feel like after it happens? Do you feel different?
Not yet. I was terrified.
I was so scared at the time, I didn't know what to think. I had no idea who Calliope really was.
You didn't remember anything? About her? Who she was? She was just gone?
Yeah. Isn't that the point of all this?
I just wanted to be sure. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it could be real.
It's crazy, man. Cause like, I get what she's saying. Like, she's basically, this is like everybody's just super weird and like they call themselves gods. Is kind of like what I got the vibe off of what she was saying. But like, in her eyes, yeah, that makes so much sense. Like, they don't all do anything super crazy. Literally, oh my god, that's so funny. And it's like such a weird way of lens of looking at this. How do you know Aphrodite?
How do you know Aphrodite exactly?
So I was working at this homeless shelter, right? A couple of years ago, and she came in with one of the older residents. And she was there in this like amazing dress. And she's sitting with this guy and really listening to him. Like they were old friends or something. I just thought, what is someone like her doing in a place like this? So I just went over and introduced myself.
That's it? Just like that?
Yeah. She came back to the shelter a few times, but by then, I guess she'd taken an interest in me instead.
Your name is really Venus?
Your name's really Venus, huh?
Everybody asks me that. Even the other idols. Maybe that's why Lady Aphrodite noticed me in the first place.
Maybe.
She says it was fated to be. I say it's because my mama was a diehard hippie.
That's cute.
Are you really okay with all this? You know what's gonna happen, right?
I saw a lot of people in crisis at the shelter. I knew something was wrong with Lady Aphrodite. She's in so much pain, Grace. She won't let you see how much. Errol's called me one night desperate. She wouldn't stop screaming. She didn't know where she was. She's a good person, Grace. A good soul. She deserves mercy.
And to be somebody like Venus in this situation, if you were to look through this as like a realistic lens, is like she's accepted that there's a suicide pact happening. Like, that... You have to be some kinds of fucked up in your own head to even be like, yeah, we're having a party and I'm gonna just die. But you're gonna become me, yeah. That's what happens. So I'm not technically dying. What the fuck, man? But this is
don't
wrong.
you feel this is wrong? I mean, you're ending your life. It's like some kind of murder-suicide pact.
I don't think of it like that. Lady Aphrodite is not committing suicide, and I'm not being murdered.
Aren't you? Your life is ending. It's being taken over, swallowed up by Aphrodite's grief.
I'm becoming part of something bigger, something amazing. Or maybe you're right. It'll be terrible, and I'll end up in so much pain I'll regret it.
So why go through with it?
Because Lady Aphrodite needs me. Maybe, just maybe, if I'm added into the mix of all the people she's been, maybe things will be different.
No, that's a good way of looking at it, yes, but I don't think that's the right thing. Let's start the ritual. See what happens. I'm gonna try to talk her out of it through song.
I have tried so hard, fought for so long, but in the end, I must bid you all farewell once again. But before I go, I would like us all to remember the sacrifices that brought us here to this strange new world. This time, it is with the help of our lovely Muse that we shall be guided.
Here we go. See what we got going on.
Let them rise. We let it happen.
Oh
we
shit.
waited far too long.
This is gonna be a dark
we
one.
shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. Since the beginning we were hidden. We held court from up above. 'Twas the golden age of reason, and I the queen of love. But a plague of hate was spreading, and there were vultures standing by. Before we fell to our knees begging, we fell from the sky. We let them rise, we let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong, we were wrong. We sought shelter from the shadows.
Well, hopefully that's the right choice to make.
But were soon ripped from the dark. Those mortal souls that ended us were jealous from the start.
So it's too vague for me to really understand.
They hunted me for power to fuel their psychopathic cause. And once they fell before me and worshipped all I was, they chased me down and threw me in a cage, held me prisoner for so long. I thought
Focus on her survival.
their hearts again. I was wrong. I was wrong. I see you have the power. It's a poisonous reward. My virtues only scorn me when I was once adored.
I guess I'm not singing in this one.
Loved by every mortal, then ripped from paradise. No one suffered greater till he made his sacrifice. The man that I ignored saved me when I fell. Yes, the husband I abhorred secret weapon, so my captors let me go. He gave up his freedom, leaving just a memory. And this love I'll never know is what he gave to me.
I gotta say that I'm amazed I held my tongue for so long. Not such a fan of this old plan, but who's to say that you're wrong? Now shoulda gotta erase a memory when there's no chance of changing history. This guy that sacrificed his life so you can live in his place. Wish he'd drop by, cause man, I'd die to see the look on his face. You try to hide from your reality,
ad-lib guy.
but then come back with regularity. And if you notice a disparity, then what's the meaning of his legacy? Everybody. Who gives a damn about your suffering? Everybody. Who wants to see you be yourself again? Everybody. Who feels your pain in case you're wondering? Everybody. You got the time, but it's the stuttering. Everybody wants to see you fall in love.
Well, this is like one of the best ones, in my opinion.
This is what we do now that morons moralize. They beat through their mouths, how could they sympathize? Please, just shut it, or rain down from above, hate flooded into the drains. I feel nothing of love, only the fear of the chains. Over long forgotten stains, it's not my blood inside these veins, only human remains calling forth. Everybody knows my pain is insurmountable. Everybody fights your attitude detestable. Everybody wants to hold themselves accountable. Everybody have you something more suggestible. Everybody wants to see you fall in love.
Oh, it's so good.
I never thought you'd let it get this way. I stood by watching what we've built decay. We're just pretending that the ending is near. Mother, isn't it clear? Your family's here. Everybody can see the agony you're going through. Everybody knows the goddess is inside of you.
Hell yeah.
Keeps repeating what they're meant to do. Everybody, I've got to stop it just to prove to you. Everybody wants to see you fall in love.
I'm gonna urge her to forget about it.
Everybody, who's gonna help me overcome the war? Everybody, who's gonna be there when I'm on the floor? Everybody, who's gonna cry when
Oh,
I'm
hell
at the
yeah.
door? Everybody, cause I'm not gonna do this anymore. Everybody wants to see you, wants to see you fall in love again.
Hands down. Like choked up from that. Holy shit. How they did that was fantastic. Going through all that. Oh wait, I gotta fucking pause it after that. That shit was. Whew. So I let her vent for like the first verses of the song, and then I intervened in the second half. And then at the end, I listened to her son, and she at first was asking, like, why, and then she asked who, in the second half, and it said everybody, so like asking who was gonna be there to help me through this war, then it said everybody. That's so good. What the fuck? It's so good.
Mother, is it true? You've chosen to.
Live. I have chosen to live.
Ah! Shit.
I'm so sorry, Venus. I made you so many promises, dearest, and I won't be able to keep them.
My lady, all I ever wanted was for you to be happy. If this is your wish, I'll be with you at every step.
I as well. Always.
I hope none of us regret this choice in the days to come.
I hope not, because that was fantastic. I really want to say you'll fight this together. Fuck. I really hope this isn't worse. This will work out.
It has to be better than doing the same thing over and over.
Does it? It could also be far worse.
Don't talk like that, Mother. We can fight this.
Please.
I'm so very tired, my loves, but I will. I'll try. Now then, Grace. Apollo tells me you needed my help. No doubt regarding Calliope's death. Have you any suspicions as to who might be responsible?
Maybe Pan?
I was, thinking maybe Pan.
Pan? Kill Calliope? Tish tosh, I don't believe it.
He showed up at my apartment right after I left Athena's office. He's very suspicious.
You favor him too much, Mother.
I happen to feel there are entities
is it gonna be that
among us
obvious?
far more sinister.
You're thinking of Medusa, aren't you?
Ooh. Medusa, you say? Why do you suspect her?
Okay, I'll bite. Why would this Medusa be involved? And why isn't she a suspect?
Mother has always distrusted Medusa.
She works for Athena as a watcher. She's everywhere, lurking in the shadows. If you look anywhere, Grace, start with her.
Okay.
Come
Got a
now,
lead.
Mother. It's time you rested. It's been a long night.
If I don't, I suppose you'll both gang up on me again. Very well.
And now you start to hear people. Because it was quiet before, but now everybody's starting to talk.
So, did they have anything helpful?
Maybe? What do you know about Medusa?
I know she's dangerous, but she does Athena's bidding.
How sure are you of that?
I'm not sure of anything any longer.
That's fair.
You aren't thinking of seeking her out, I hope.
If I can find her.
I am. Do you know where she is?
Not really, no. Medusa makes it her business to stay out of sight. Athena employs her as a spy master, a hound to do her bidding, a vicious hound at that. Athena's not likely to tell either of us where to find Medusa. I can't say for certain who would know. Are you all right, Grace? You seem troubled.
Aphrodite went through so much. And
What you said earlier about Calliope's memories coming back.
That wasn't how I wanted you to find out. I'm sorry. If you like, we can talk about it later at my place, after you've had some time to digest.
I might do that. Thanks.
It's wild.
You really are amazing, you know that? Every hurdle, every piece of unpleasant news, you just keep on going. I don't know how you do it.
And another thought I just had is like, what happened with Aphrodite, the only way that Calliope could see that she could help her friends is by taking herself out of it, taking her own like memories into account and passing it on to somebody else. Maybe that's the story that's being told here. And then I don't like it, but I'll slowly start to become Calliope, and me as Grace would have fixed all of Calliope's like family and bring them closer together. I hope that's the story it's trying to tell, because if that's the case, that's a beautiful like way to like a beautiful story. But that's just me like trying to piece the story together on my own. What do you mean?
You going somewhere with this, Apollo?
I just wish I could see the world through your eyes. Next to you, I feel very old.
Oh. Oh, this is... Is that bad?
Is it really that bad? Being a literal god, young and hunky forever?
No, it's not that. There are good things, yes, but they come with the not so good things.
I want to go back. I feel like I could have hit that hard option. I'll
As
rock.
well.
I'll rock through
Such
this.
as?
Such as having the gift of prophecy and never being able to act on what you see. I tried, and it only made things worse.
If the next
So
ones aren't the hard
instead, I
options, I'm
tried
gonna go
to
back.
not want to try, and that's still not better.
Okay, good. Let me show you what I see,
How
baby.
about you come with me sometime? Let me show you the world I see.
A tempting offer.
Sounds kind of corny, huh?
It really doesn't. I would love that. Can we go now?
Hey, I'm game if you are.
Oh.
My hand for a minute. Let your hair down for a second. There's so much to like if you open your eyes. If you try to search for the light, you might be surprised. No, it's not hard to find. The courage you need to be joyful is something you build over time. No matter what I do, the answer's in you. That I will be here for the ride. Yes, I will be here for the ride.
I'll take your hand for a minute. Oh, it's more than I feel I deserve. It could grow on me, this world that you see. Yet I've been alive for too long. 1,000 years of learning about what could go wrong. I'm tired of being wrong.
Come on, dude, there's gotta be an ounce of hope in you. That's all you need to finally see. There's so much here to love, and so many ways to have fun. Courage you need to be joyful.
I appreciate the
Something I'll
campaign.
come help you find.
If I ever let her know.
No matter what I do, the answer's in
The
you.
answer's
That
in
I'll hold your hand all
me.
the way.
The courage you need to be joyful is something you build over time. No matter what I do, the answer's in you. I will be here for the ride. Yes, I will be here for the ride.
Yeah. Day 3. All right. Talk to Freddy. Yep. No. All right. I see what the game wants is starting to make me do. Okay, I'm just gonna do it.
Hello again. I can't remember the last time I had guests so frequently. I did tell you we could discuss your memories and the Eidolon more in depth after the party. Did you have any questions, or?
A couple. Will I feel different as I
When
change?
all these memories start to return, will I feel different?
Well, let's see. It starts as dreams you'll have of places you've never been, people you've never met, fleeting images, feelings. Then they'll appear while you're awake. You'll be eating breakfast and suddenly recall when you last ate something similar in the 17th century. The only difficult part is that eventually it can be hard to differentiate between your life and all those other lives. They blend together.
It does sound confusing.
A little, yeah. And not all the memories will be good ones.
Yeah.
It can take time to process.
This is some shit, man. Well, I still
You
remember
said
my
it
own life.
becomes hard to differentiate your life from the others. How hard, exactly? It'll still be me, right?
Grace, would you say that who you are is at least in part due to your experiences?
I guess so, sure.
Well, you'll have a lot more experiences. They won't feel like someone else's either. It will feel like you did all those things. They will shape who you are now, just as they shaped Calliope and all those who came before her. The good news is, you won't get all the memories. Each time we pass on, the older memories fade.
I didn't know that information.
How many times have you died? Can I ask that?
Well, we call it passing on, meeting the eidolon, and it's fine. I've passed on 12 times that I can recall.
So your name isn't really Apollo?
Most recently it was Lucas.
Huh.
Everyone Lucas ever knew is gone, however, so these days I prefer Apollo again.
Lucas? Seems weird to think of you as a Lucas.
It was weird for him, too. Much like yourself, Lucas becoming Apollo was somewhat of a surprise.
Sounds like there's a story there.
Tell me about Lucas.
Tell me about this Lucas. How did he become you? Or is it how you became Apollo?
Apollo had taken to surfing. He left the city without permission and roamed the coast looking for... Well, I'm not sure now. Whatever it was, he found it one night when a giant wave took him down. He was drowning, and I thought, this is finally it.
Oh, shit.
But it wasn't. Lucas saw Apollo struggling and swam out to save him. He pulled us ashore, but it was too late. It took a long time to realize what happened. I didn't return to the city until years later. By then, everyone thought I was Apollo's chosen successor.
Huh.
So no trial for you, huh?
It wasn't easy at first, without memories or anyone to guide me, but no, nothing like that.
Okay. So I was right earlier saying that I thought some of them like made it all the way from the olden times, but no, they live and die.
Wait, what would have happened if Lucas hadn't tried to rescue you? What if no one was there when you...
When I died, then the eidolon of Apollo's line would have ended forever, I think.
You think?
Okay.
There have been stories about eidolons that survive for a time and go wandering. That's probably all they are, though. Stories. It's not something we've had much opportunity to study, but normally death without passing on is how an idol really dies. Forever.
Huh.
Wait, how is it good that old memories start to fade?
We're many thousands of years old, Grace. If all of those memories returned with perfect clarity, you'd drown in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean you've all forgotten so much?
Tell me, how much do you remember from when you were a small child?
Bits and pieces, I guess. Not much.
It's the same for us. The further I try to think back, the more blurry it becomes. I remember the important bits, but little else. Some of the really old memories. There's so many mortal stories that get mixed up with them. things my previous selves learned as legends, it becomes hard to tell.
Huh.
It takes time, Grace. You'll remember all the lives you've led, but at a pace you can handle, and nothing more.
That's all for now.
It's a lot to consider. Assuming I'll even have time to worry about it, what with the trial coming.
Hopefully this eases whatever concerns you might have had. Anything else you'd like to discuss while you're here?
Shit, okay,
Tell me more about Calliope. You and her were good friends, right?
I thought we were done talking to him.
For centuries, we were far more. I was the god of the arts, and the muses were my constant companions. We went everywhere together. They had many names, but the three most common were Clio, Talia, and Calliope.
Okay.
The sisters of beauty, I called them, though they weren't always women.
I never thought of that. Do idols change gender a lot?
Most of us seek out inheritors who are like us, I suppose, but not all. Calliope, in fact, was a man in her previous incarnation.
Oh.
Christoph, I think his name was. A poet Calliope adored. I was surprised when she made him a muse.
Huh.
Who did Calliope become after that poet, Christoph?
You have to realize we're already into the period where Calliope and I weren't really speaking.
I see.
She showed up one day in her new form, the one you met. An opera singer whose name she never revealed. We fought, as I recall. I told her she couldn't pass on every time she met an artist she fell in love with. Eventually she'd forget everything about who we were and where we came from. She said she'd rather forget than wallow in old memories like I or the other idols were doing. It was time to wake up and make the best of our situation. Calliope was an idealist without compromise. Always. She hated what we'd become. What I'd become. She wasn't wrong.
I'd like to know a little more about you. All I know is you live in a dump, you have an oracle, and you...
I'm not sure what to tell you. One day has bled into the next for so long I feel like I've been lost in the spaces in between.
Wow, that's a bit dramatic.
Yeah, well, it comes naturally. Music and the arts were once under my purview as a god.
How did that get decided? Did you have a big hat full of pieces of paper and you all picked at random?
No, we chose them for ourselves. Some, at least. Others were given to us by our priests. We collected godly responsibilities like marbles.
People collect marbles?
Oh, or whatever it is mortals collect these days. Cars, perhaps? The point is, we took our godly duties very seriously.
Very seriously. Alright, what was it like?
You must have been very different
As a
back
god.
when you were a proper god.
I think most of us were. We saw ourselves as, I don't know, teachers. Mortals were our students, and we guided them to enlightenment. We thought we were special, infallible. I was as magnificent as the sun, and I surrounded myself with those who basked in my radiance.
That doesn't sound like you.
Yeah. I was arrogant. If there was a man or woman I desired, then I had to have them, or there would be consequences. You wouldn't have liked me. I wouldn't have liked me.
Damn. But you are you, which is so fucking weird to think about.
So what is Persephone's beef with you exactly? Is it just about what Hades did to her?
That's no small thing.
It seems more personal than that.
I mentioned how Persephone's kidnapping almost meant war between Olympus and Hades, yes?
Yeah.
Well, while this was all going on, Persephone managed to escape the underworld, and I'm the one she encountered first.
Uh-oh.
Hades was hot on her heels. And I had a choice. Either do battle with Hades and start the war right then and there, or let him take her back.
Damn.
Zeus would have had my head if I had sparked a war. Yet
Damn.
all I still think of are Persephone's eyes as Hades smugly took back his prisoner. It's not my finest moment.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like your finest moment. Have you tried therapy?
Apollo, have you ever tried, I don't know, talking to someone about how you feel?
Oh
I
my
will
God.
never understand this modern fascination with therapy and focusing on one's feelings.
It might help. You never know.
Yes, I've tried it. There was one I used to speak to. Hecate enchanted him never to reveal what I told him. It was interesting. Frankly, my time with you has proven far more beneficial.
I'm not a therapist, Apollo.
I understand. And I don't mean to rely on you, only that it makes me happy just to know you, Grace.
You and You and Calliope fought often?
From how you describe it, you and Calliope fought a lot.
As often as we saw each other, which became less and less as time wore on. However, she fought with everyone. Calliope hated the idols being kept secret.
Yeah.
She and Athena would get into screaming matches over the rules, and it got so I could no longer protect her. She moved out of Olympus years ago and kept to herself. I just assumed she was wrapped up with some new artist when
I think
when
I might
got the
know who
news.
it is.
Do you regret not making up with her?
Every day I think about our last conversation and what I should have said or done
I have two different
differently.
theories in my head on who did it.
The problem with immortality is that you think you have all the time in the world.
Is there like logs? I missed that. My brain shut down. I guess, do I use this to? I'm just looking through these. Let's see here. Okay. My guess is that killed her are Calliope, and I think it also might have been Athena. Tell me about the idols.
I'd like to know a little more about the idols. I am one now, right?
You are. What would you like to know?
Well, what are we? Where did we come from? If an idol is a soul that moves from person to person, it must have started somewhere, right?
Yeah.
The short answer is, we don't know. If I think far enough back, I can remember bits and pieces. I remember my first Pythian games, the day the idols split in two over Troy, the day my first son died. But before that, nothing. None of us do. I vaguely recall the very first Apollo many thousands of years ago, but was he the original? Did he appear out of the ether? I couldn't tell you.
It wasn't only fighting with Calliope, right? Surely there were good things too.
Yeah, surely there has
Is
been.
that how it sounds? No. She was marvelous. A force to be reckoned with if there ever was one. In the darkest days during the war, it was her songs that gave us hope. She kept Aphrodite alive through sheer determination, I think. Calliope cared. About us, about art, about people she'd only just met. It was her greatest strength as well as her greatest weakness.
I wonder why she picked me. I don't feel like I'm any of those things.
You underestimate yourself, Grace. I see a lot of her in you.
Maybe that's why she picked us.
She chose well.
What happened to the
What
other
happened
muses?
to the other muses? You mentioned 2 others. Were they lost in the war?
Cleo perished centuries before, the victim of an obsessed writer she'd spurned. He kept her in a cage as his personal muse.
That's fucked up.
That's pretty dark.
It was. By the time we found her, she was already... Well, it's enough to say her captor didn't survive her for long. Talia, however, was lost to us on the very last day of the war. We were about to leave on the ship, but she just never showed up.
Do you know what happened to her?
We never found out. I worried for years, even hired people to look, but as far as I can tell, she up and vanished into smoke that day. The war had ground her down. I was upset, but not surprised.
Psst. Isn't it strange to not know where you come from? For all you know, the idols could be aliens.
Interesting. The notion that there might be some other place far away where we're the norm is comforting. Sadly, our memories are filled with blanks.
Damn.
There was a war with beings we called the Titans. A terrible conflict where half our number died, yet do I remember a single battle. The last was after Rome fell. Zeus called us together to relay the news, told us to prepare for battle. And then, in the blink of an eye, I was in the 16th century. What made us forget 1,000 years? What happened during that time? We don't know. Athena calls that period the gap.
Okay. Tell me more
The
about
gap
this gap.
you mentioned. What was that like? Did you just wake up one day, or...
I know I was alive. I passed on my eidolon who knows how many times, yet the moment I woke up, as you call it, all memory of that period was gone. It was Athena who found us. I was in France, I think. She came to my farm, and the moment I laid eyes on her, I just knew. It all came back. Did someone do that to us? Did we scatter to the winds for 1,000 years on purpose? It's a mystery.
What about Athena? I mean, she's the one who found you, right? She must have been aware.
Athena claims she awoke on her own and spent the next century locating the other idols. We've pieced together very little of the gap or of our origins. We simply live with it. Gods we may be, but I'm afraid we don't have all the answers.
Earlier you mentioned your son dying. Did I hear that right? Can idols have children?
You're human.
It was rare, but yes. Back in ancient times, some of them even became idols themselves.
Some of the idols are actually family, then.
Not anymore. Most of our children met terrible ends. A gift of the fates, perhaps. I don't know. The ones who weren't idols. It's hard. Watching your children grow old and die.
That sounds horrible.
Never understanding why they can't have the same immortality you do. Why you can't grant it to them. My first son is why I'm not permitted in Hades any longer. Let's simply say that most idols have stopped having children, and maybe leave it at that.
Damn, that's deep.
Tell me more about the war. It seems to have had a huge effect on all of you.
I don't think we would have left the old world otherwise. It was home.
From Aphrodite's song, I know Ares betrayed everyone. What did you do?
What did you do?
I caused it. I foresaw what was going to happen, so I tried to prevent it. I told Ares. I figured if the god of war couldn't stop what was to come, then...
And that's why he betrayed everyone.
He decided the idols were a lost cause.
That's rough.
Because I told him we were.
Damn, dude. It could have happened anyway, but... Shit. It's
That's
terrible.
awful. Is that why you...
Stopped helping. Stopped interfering. I suppose so, yes. My time afterwards was spent helping the survivors, keeping us on the move. If Hephaestus hadn't intervened, we would have all been captured.
Yeah.
And he's...
Oh, gone now, we assume, like so many others. We are nothing more than refugees from a war long over, Grace.
Is it hard to come to the new world?
Was it hard for the idols to come to the new world? It's just a place like any other, isn't it?
I don't think it was the place so much as the condition we were in. Shell-shocked, one might say. Our entire world had been turned upside down. Suddenly, we had rules. Secrecy was paramount, and no one was permitted to leave the city. Some, like my sister Artemis, couldn't abide it.
Yeah, I've heard the name.
Goddess of the hunt. And a wild thing herself. She left, I think. Faded away without a word. As many did in the early days here. Later, Athena became even more strict. For our own good, of course, but it hasn't been easy. This city has never felt like home so much as a temporary shelter.
That's all for now.
That's all I can think of for now. I'll see you around.
Of course. I look forward to it.
Damn, that was heavy. I'm gonna go to Pan. See what he got going on. The tree. Okay. Okay, here we are.
I'd say hello, Grace, but I'm afraid that look on your face might be catching.
What is this place?
It's a garden, darling. Surely even mortals have them.
Yeah.
This building. All those people I pass getting up here. Are they all idols?
Oh, at least some of them. Welcome to Olympus, dear Grace. Our home hidden away in plain sight. Marvelous, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Is Olympus hidden?
I've passed this part of the city 100 times. I've never seen this building. Was it always here, or...?
Our Lady Hecate provides glamours that allow certain things to go unseen, such as my glorious horns. Olympus is the same. Those invited see it. Those who aren't see exactly what they expect. It's not anywhere as grand as in the old country, but it serves its purpose.